Training camp opened just a few days ago, and the Montreal Canadiens have a lot of questions that need to be answered. In terms of who makes the team, early frontrunners are Joshua Roy and Emil Heineman after the first scrimmages. And once they make the team, where do they slot into the lineup? So, welcome to Talkin' Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. With an abundance of NHL-ready and near-ready young talent to go along with the veterans, competition is heavy for almost every spot and made heavier with the addition of forward Tanner Pearson in the Casey DeSmith trade with Vancouver. On defense, they have 10 serious contenders for the 7 spots, 11 forwards looking for top 6 roles, and another 9 for the bottom 6 spots. So many talented prospects looking to prove they're ready to make the jump and are ready to make the team. There are a lot of tough decisions ahead for the coaches to make, and another trade should be in the works as at least one veteran, Yoel Armia, still needs to be moved to make room for a young player. The recent trade of Mike Hoffman did open up one spot, but at least one more needs to be opened up, and moving Armia would accomplish that. Waive him and demote him if you can't trade him. The way this video will work is I'll go over which players I think could make both the top 6 forwards and the top 7D. We're going to leave the bottom 6 forwards for another video. And then show you how I think line 1 and 2 will look to start the season and how the top 7D will shake out, pairing by pairing. So let's get started. Give a thumbs up if you like the video, and please leave a comment in the comment section. In my opinion, there are 3 players locked into top 6 roles before camp even starts. That's Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and Kirby Dach. It's possible they'll form line 1, but I think Dach will center line 2. So line 1 would be Caulfield with Suzuki as the center and unknown person right now on the right side. And line 2, Dach in the center and 2 unknown wings. Who are the 7 players looking to fill those 3 spots? Josh Anderson, Sean Farrell, Alex Newhook, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Sean Monahan, Juraj Slafkovsky, Joshua Roy, and Emil Heineman. Who will play right wing 1 with Nick and Cole? Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson has played with Nick and Cole last season and had some success with them. But it was spotty and inconsistent at best. So unless they're going to rotate guys at right wing 1, I don't think Andy is the guy. Joshua Roy. As a rookie, it's unlikely Roy breaks camp as the right wing 1. But if he has a really good camp, he just might, in my opinion. If Roy doesn't earn a top 6 role, he'll go to Laval and wait for a call-up. Because if he's not going to play on the top 6, because he's a top 6 player, he shouldn't be here, and he should be in Laval playing big minutes on the top line and then earn a call-up later on. Raphael Harvey-Pinard. RHP filled in on line 1 last season when Caulfield was out with his injury. He thrived with Nick. So there is chemistry there. But in my opinion, RHP will thrive wherever they slot him. He'll produce no matter what line he's on. Maybe not to the same level, but he'll produce. I don't think he starts in the top 6. Juraj Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky can potentially one day earn the right wing 1 spot, and maybe even later this season, but I don't think it's right now to break camp. With Slaf's waiver exempt status, it's conceivable that Slaf starts in Laval, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't, and he doesn't get a top 6 role to start with, let alone a right wing 1 spot. Sean Monahan. Monahan, to me, is the ideal guy to be the right wing 1. He's experienced, has been a top 6 player for many years, and can produce big time in a top 6 role. He can mentor Nick and take face-offs, etc., in support of Nick. Plus, if they have Monahan as the right wing 1 and he thrives there all season, his value at trade deadline time will be huge, and the return will be huge too. So, in my opinion, Monahan starts at right wing 1. So this is what I think line 1 will look like. Nick Suzuki in the center, Cole Caulfield on his left, and Sean Monahan on his right. So who completes the top 6 and forms line 2 with Kirby Dach. Emil Heinemann. Heinemann was on a line with Nick and Cole on the first day of camp in the first scrimmage, and he played well and has a lot of people thinking Heinemann could break camp as a Hab and not a Laval Rocket. Emil is a Swede, but his style of play is better suited to the smaller North American ice. He plays a tough game and can go dig out the puck in the corners and along the boards. I doubt he plays with Nick and Cole on line 1, but he could be a bottom 6 player. Sean Farrell. Sean Farrell played in 6 unspectacular games with Montreal last season and showed he wasn't quite there yet. He scored only 1 goal. He may have a good camp and show improvement, but I think a little more time in the AHL would be good for him. And more than likely, that's where he'll go, to Laval. Alex Newhook. Newhook is mainly a center, but will play left wing too, in my opinion. With his blazing speed, deceptive moves, and soft hands, Newhook should complement Dach quite well. Another big scoring line, so teams can't key on line 1. Who gets that final top 6 spot as right wing 2? Josh Anderson, that's who. Andy is a speedy, north-south, power-forward right wing, physical and tough, with good hands, and the potential to score 30 goals with the right line mates. He should fit in nicely with Dach and Newhook, and if he could be a little less streaky offensively, he could have a career year. So we'll see how it works out in camp, but this is my top 6 going in. Who would you have in the top 6? Let me know in the comment section. There's a bit of a logjam on D with so many talented prospects in camp. How does it shake out? That's the question. Who will fill the 7 spots on D from these 10 defensemen? Mike Matheson, Jordan Harris, Caden Gooley, Arbor Jacki, David Savard, Gustav Lindstrom, Justin Barron, Jonathan Kovacevic, Logan Mailloux, and David Reinbacher. These next 2 guys are shoo-ins. There's no doubt they're going to be in the lineup, and that starts with Mike Matheson. Matheson has just been given the A on his sweater, and the veteran defenseman is all but certain to be on the left side of the first pairing. I expect him to have a career year if he stays healthy all season. He'll log big minutes and play on the power play and lead this young defensive core. David Savard. Savard is the oldest defenseman here and the most experienced, with a Stanley Cup ring to prove it. A stay-at-home defenseman with the odd offensive flash, Savard is a steadying force on the blue line when his game is on. He might be the RD1 to start the season, but could also be the RD2 if Montreal wants experience on each of the first 2 pairings. Caden Gooley. Gooley should be a lock, and probably is, but as a sophomore, you just never know. I fully expect he'll be a top 4D this season, but the competition is that good this year. So my prediction, it's easy. Gooley's a top 4D. Gus Lindstrom. I don't know enough about Lindstrom to say he'll make the team on opening night, but he has to clear waivers to go to Laval, and he would likely get claimed. Montreal won't lose him for nothing, so in my opinion, he breaks camp with Montreal as a bottom 7D. Jordan Harris. Harris and his ability to play both sides, his intelligent play, and willingness to join the attack keeps him here. I'm not sure exactly where he'll play, but with only 4 serious candidates that are left side defensemen, it's going to be a right side defenseman that doesn't make it. Harris will be in the bottom 7. Arbor Jacki. Arbor needs to be in the lineup. That's it. He needs to be in the lineup, especially versus teams that play a very physical game or who have heavyweight tough guys. I think Arbor will step up his game to prove he belongs in the top 7D and will probably take a regular turn on the third pair. His toughness and solid physical play and ability to take on the other team's big hitters makes him a necessity on most nights anyway. Jonathan Kovacevic. Kovacevic would have to clear waivers to be sent down, and he won't clear. So that's not an option. It's either trade him or he's in the top 7, and with a cap hit of only $766K, he'll be on the 23-man roster. Not only because he'll probably earn it, but because of cap reasons as well. Keep the cap down so the team can keep from putting price on off-season LTIR. Now, these next 3 defensemen, I don't think will make it out of camp. 2 of them, I think it's predetermined, and the other guy just drawing the short stick, and that guy is Justin Barron. Barron, once again, will draw the short stick to start the season and get sent down to Laval. There is now an abundance of right-side defensemen, and the right side is going to take the hit here. He's waiver exempt, so no worry to lose him, and he'll be an early call-up if any injuries happen. He'll stay only if Montreal decides to break camp with 8 defensemen. I don't think they will, though. Logan Mailloux. With only 90 games played in his last 3 seasons, Mailloux could be challenged to earn a spot to start the season, and we're seeing that in the prospect tournament. He needs work on his defense without a doubt. He says his goal is to make the team out of camp, but it's unlikely he will. He'll get a call-up for evaluation, I think, at some point. Though, a season or 2 in Laval will only be good for Logan's development, and Montreal won't rush him for any reason. David Reinbacher. Reinbacher will be going back to his Swiss League team, HC Cloton. I think it's already been decided. It's best for his development, and I agree with that. Reinbacher is a future number 1 defenseman material, and the Habs will not rush this kid. I expect he'll make this team next season, though, along with his future playing partner, Lane Hudson. So this is kind of how I think it shakes out. One of these 2 options for the defense lineup, and this is the first one. Matheson and Savard, your first pair. Gooley and Lindstrom as second pair. And Jacky and Harris as the third pair, with Kovacevic being your 7th defenseman. Or it could shake out as Matheson and Gooley as your first pair, Harris and Savard as your second pair, and Jacky with either Lindstrom or Kovacevic, and the other guy, whoever's not there, would be on the 7th defense role. I think that's how it'll probably shake out, but we'll see what happens in camp. We're going to find out in about 3 weeks when Montreal breaks camp to take on the Leafs in Toronto on October 11th. Thanks for watching. If you like this, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please share this video.